Will be held in person and streamed on YouTube. If there is anybody who wished to make a public comment to address the commission, you can grab a speaker card. When the public comments are opened in the agenda item, we will then call you. Submit a physical speaker card at the meeting, and then as again when name is called. So, all right, let's call it to order and let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excellent. All right, let's do roll call.
Commissioner Alfaro,
Present.
Hall,
Present.
Medina,
Present.
Shemp,
Present.
and Chair Brown.
Present.
Thank you.
All right. Any agenda amendments?
No.
Okay, perfect. And then seeing that there isn't any public to make a comment, we'll go on to accepting a motion to approve the consent calendar. Do I have a motion for that?
I make a motion to
Approve the,
approve the consent calendar.
perfect. Do I have a second? Second. Thank you. All right, all of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and I see none opposed. Okay, perfect. Approved. All right, let's move on to our first matter, which would be agenda item number 4.
All right. Good evening, commissioners. I'll formally introduce myself for those of you that don't know me. I am Michelle Kroos. I am one of the assistant directors for Library and Recreation, and I am filling in for Director Heidi Murphy, who is off tonight. For this item, you have been shared a staff report on the work plan priorities for fiscal year 25-26 and 26-27. Part of your duties as commissioners is to develop a work plan to guide your work. We recommend developing this work plan for work to be done between July 1st, 2025 through June 30th of 2027 to align with the city's budget. Your work plan should be based on goals and strategies outlined in the One Pleasanton strategic plan and in your commission duties as referenced in the Muni Code. On 11/14th of 2024, this commission adopted 6 items that have already been completed. Then on July 10th of 2025, the PRC, your group, all identified priority work plan goals for the fiscal year 25-26 and 26-27 in an effort to align projects with available funding and staffing resources given the city's general fund structural deficit. Based on input from that meeting, staff recommends the following work plan goals, all of which meet multiple One Pleasanton strategic plan goals and commission duties. So the first work plan goal is for community engagement and volunteer programs. What this means is that this commission will be provided an overview of current volunteer programs in the Library and Recreation Department, and this will offer commissioners opportunities to provide feedback, any ideas, any strategies, any other input you'd like to provide around community engagement and volunteer programs. Item number 2 is around recreational programming. This will provide, staff will provide an overview of existing recreation programs, and again, that will provide this commission an opportunity to give feedback, ideas, suggestions, and thoughts on recreation programs. Item number 3 is a parks and recreation budget impact update. These are 2 different departments, obviously, so information on parks and their impact, their budget impact update, as well as recreation. Items will be informational, giving commissioners an overview of programs and service impacts. Item number 4 is parks and recreation projects and facilities identified in the facilities master plan. So once the city asset management plan is completed, commissioners will receive informational updates and proposed projects related to parks and facilities would be presented for review and recommendation. So again, once the asset management plan is completed, commissioners will again be presented information and provided an opportunity to give feedback. Item number 5 is Laurel Creek Park. Staff will continue to provide information regarding modified services at the park due to a variety of issues that are happening there. And again, with this item, commissioners will receive info on the proposals related to the park and be able to provide input. Item number 6 is Trail and Pathway Resurfacing Program. This also will include an overview of the condition of city-owned and maintained trails to determine which have the greatest need of repair. And again, commissioners will have the opportunities to provide input and feedback. And then, of course, there are 4 ongoing items for the work plan that we will continue to report out on, and those include the cemetery operations update, the library and recreation annual report, and the biannual parks and landscape architect division reports, as well as Calippi Preserve rate updates. That is the gist and goal of this item. We are open for discussion. We have Matt and Giacomo here tonight in case there are any questions. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so let's, because we don't have anybody with us, we can maybe have comments and questions all together. Does any commissioner want to start us off?
I'm
Commissioner Hall.
liaison to Bike-N-Pen. And I did hear at the last meeting a concern that they had not been involved in the trails budgeting and planning, and I was just wondering if they could be prior to it coming to our commission for more discussion.
So it's my understanding that what was written in the staff report unfortunately didn't reference BPTC. But it's my understanding that items that will come to this commission will come through the BPTC, so they will be involved.
Oh, they were.
I'm gonna ask Matt if he has any different information on that.
So Commissioner Hall, I know that we talked at the last BPTC meeting, and as we were mentioning before this meeting, the BPTC is under the umbrella of the Parks and Rec Commission. On this year's budget process, it was a little bit of a new process that we hadn't gone through before, and we really tried to focus on the priority projects as established during a ranking process that we did. And that wasn't just for trails or parks or anything else. It was for every single CIP project. So it was a new process this year. Moving forward, next time we do this, we will try and go back and do the route of committees and then commissions and then to the city council.
Thank you, Matt.
Anything else, Commissioner Hall?
That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Alfaro, do you have anything? No? All right, we'll go over on this side. Commissioner Medina?
Yes, so again, new to the process here. Just on a macro level in regards to all of these items were also included on the fiscal years prior to the ones we're talking about now going in. So has work been done on these items? Are we looking at a continuation of work in progress on the items that are listed here? Because all of them were included on the 23, 24 through 25 work plans or priorities.
So yes, it's my understanding again that the previous items were specific projects. What you have on the work plan now this time is more generalized, which yes, when we talk about recreation programs, we would be talking about, or better yet, when we talk about volunteer programs, we would be talking about the Park Ambassador Program. And the Park Ambassador Program is something that has been ongoing. So yes, what we tried to do with this work plan was broaden it a little bit more because we didn't want to focus on just specific projects. We don't necessarily know everything that'll be coming up, but giving them the broader name and umbrella allows us to bring forward other things that may come up last minute and still fit in the work plan, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
But on that note, are there metrics behind these that we can see what has been accomplished, how effective they are, and then what still needs to be, done for the next 2 years?
So yes, I know that with our library and recreation annual report, that all the metrics that we gather through our programming on both library and recreation side are put into that report. So you will nonetheless get information and metrics through that report. When we come with other items, we will definitely make sure that when we have metrics related to a program that we're presenting or a volunteer opportunity, that we will also share those metrics. It sounds like that's the desire that you're looking for, is that when there's metrics, they'll be presented.
Right, because if we're going to be, looking at what our goals, our requirements are, if we're to look for areas of improvement, for example, one needs to understand where's the gap. So that's what I'm looking for, is how do we measure the gap so we can focus on the right, situation
Sure,
is
sure.
what I'm looking for.
I will definitely make note for Heidi that that's the desire of the commission, that when we come forward with information on programs or budget, that there is definitely as many metrics as we're collecting. We collect evaluation information. There's all kinds of metrics and data in those. We have cost recovery budget documents when we're talking about our program and how cost effective they are. So we have a variety of metrics that we're already tracking, and I will make sure for Heidi that when we bring forward any information, that when we have those metrics, we share them here too.
So then on that note, then, does staff already have identified, gaps or opportunities for improvement or where we can do better?
Absolutely. We are constantly evaluating our programs on both the rec and the library side. It's a little different on the library side because they don't necessarily have registration for programs and things like that. It's more of a come from the public free opportunity. But yes, all rec staff, after every program ends, are evaluating what the feedback is from the community, looking at the registration numbers, evaluating the cost effectiveness of it. So yes, it has been ongoing for quite some time. There's some cleanup and fine-tuning of that process that we're constantly doing. But yes, we have those metrics and numbers, and we are fine-tuning as we go. We want to make sure that we're presenting programs to the community that they want. When coming to you with that information, we're definitely looking for, if we're on the bubble with a program, should we continue this? In many cases, maybe the budget looks great, but for some reason there's something else going on with the program that we're not really sure about, and so we'll come to you and ask you, do you think this is a worthy program? Or vice versa, high community impact, not doing so great on the budget. Is that something we should still continue to do? So those are the things that I would anticipate would be coming in front of you when we're talking about rec programs, is those kind of conundrums that we're dealing with, because staff are currently evaluating.
Okay, so then as we dig into each one of the staff will then present what they're identifying, what gaps and what they would recommend.
That's what I would envision. I haven't talked with Heidi on exactly how she envisions moving through this work plan item. In the past, we have had every division in the rec department come at one point in front of this commission and talk about the sports division or the youth and teen division or the senior division and share with you that information. Again, I'm not sure if that's exactly how Heidi's envisioning this goes, but it has been the most effective, in my opinion, to go division to division, and you can hear all the data and all the metrics and give feedback specifically.
Okay, so the action for tonight on this particular item, what is it that we're being asked then to?
Great question. Yeah. The recommendation in the staff report, I believe, is literally worded as discuss the work plan priorities. Because you met in July and came up with these work plan ideas, I believe that Director Heidi is just asking, did we get it right? Did we capture what you said in July? If not, if there's something you want tweaked, if you want to wordsmith something, if we've forgotten something or something's changed between July and now, please let us know. But otherwise, this is just a discussion to let us know if you're on board with what's written here.
Point of clarification. So did we, I missed the July meeting. Did we already vote on these then?
Great question.
don't think
Anya. Do you know? I don't know.
We didn't vote, we just created a list. This
Okay.
is our list, so this is.
So I would
list
think
for
we
review.
vote on this today because that's
Yes.
what you've come back to. I
Yes.
thought Heidi had said we voted on all 4 things today.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that the way you understand that,
Yes,
Anya?
so
Because
we
I'm going
will-
strictly off of what's
Yes,
written in the
so
recommendation.
It's my understanding that we vote today on, you can modify this list, but you are,
So yes,
to what?
Chair, if you can get a motion at the end to accept or modify or
Yep.
reject. It's your choice.
Okay. Cool. Okay, sorry.
Just
Back
one
to
other
you.
additional question then. In regards to the items that we did list, trying to go back to July, this is in line with the budget that the council put together. So,
Yes.
so we're not overstepping anything here.
No, you are absolutely correct. This was, and probably also more why it was generalized from specific projects in the past. I'm sure Heidi has shared several times that our department has taken serious cuts within both the budget and staffing. So we've modified what's here based on what staff will actually be able to accomplish. And that's just our department. I know both of their departments also have taken different shifts with the budget and will be doing different projects because of that. So yes, this has been adjusted for those budget challenges.
One of the things that we did discuss at the last meeting was, I don't think we ever actually were notified what those cuts were, what the staffing cuts were, what the program
Sure.
cuts were. So it would be nice if we could have that information.
Sure.
And then also, I just wanted to make sure that when these new presentations come to us in the work plan, that the firehouse and Alviso Adobe Park programming are included, because I know those are both big ticket budget items.
Firehouse and Adobe? Okay. Definitely. Yes, so Commissioner Hall, there is, I want to say that Heidi has a memo, a standard memo of all the cuts that our department has taken. So she returns to work back on Monday, and I will have her send that off. And if that works, send out all off in an email to you all, sharing that information. Okay. Apologies that we didn't get that to you sooner. Sorry about that.
Okay, one
Back
last.
to you.
All right, one last. Okay, so we have the 6 items here, but then we've also have the ongoing items. There's 4 on the ongoing items.
Yes.
So those are all, so it's the 6 plus the additional 4.
Yes,
Is what we're looking at.
you got it. Yep.
Okay.
And just to clarify, the 6 are the ones that in July, all the commissioners weighed in on what they felt was important. So that's where that list came from.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I understand, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all my
Okay.
questions.
All right, Commissioner Shemp.
There you go.
Okay.
So my question and concern was in terms of the city finally landed its budget. So not only just layoffs that were affected with the Parks and Recreation libraries, what did they do in terms of funding for the different projects? And which ones were not offset because maybe there's, like, I think it's, read it. Measure BB, which is the Alameda County Transportation Sales Tax, that money can be allocated from that, and the city has no say-so. That's already pre-done. So how do those different types of things interact?
It sounds like, if I'm hearing you correctly, it sounds like a presentation on our budget impacts is needed and warranted for this commission, both in what Commissioner Hall was asking for, what cuts, what impacts have we had, and then to address your questions more deeper on to specifically Measure BB and how are we operating, how are we doing things? Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Yeah, because for me anyways, I don't want to speak for anybody that's up here. I have a hard time sitting there trying to go deeper into some type of a discussion about something if I know that the budget's been cut like by 75%, you know.
Sure.
Then that's when you need to start talking, and that's just hypothetical. But that's when you need to start talking about, you know, is this something we really should be doing as a city until we get out of this financial hole? So that's my concern, is just trying to understand, now that they've landed the budget, where does this area of focus, how do we fit in, and what can we do to continue to make it a vibrant program?
Sure,
Or
sure.
committee, I should say.
If I'm hearing correctly, providing some baseline information to all of you on where we are budget-wise helps you in the future when we come forward with other information about programs or volunteer opportunities or things like that, because now you understand where we are currently, and when we're asking for feedback, that helps weigh in, if I'm hearing you.
Yeah, and are there any tax allocations like Measure BB? Are there any types of grants that the city's applied for that they're getting? Any state funding, which that probably isn't coming, but just any other sources of income to help support a lot of the good things that the city does?
Sure, absolutely. I will definitely make note of that for Heidi, because the more I'm hearing you, it definitely sounds like a presentation that has information from both Giacomo's area and Matt's area, because we are 3 different budgets. Well, 2, because you're all in your budget's with his, correct? Maybe. You're in Public Works budget? Or, yeah, okay, some of it, yeah. Okay, all right. So because we're 2 different departments with different budget implications and different staffing levels, I understand clearly that it would make sense for us to do a combined presentation to all of you on the impacts for library and recreation and the impacts for Public Works, so that again, when we come forward with items related to parks and trails and volunteer programs and recreation programs, that you have as much information as you can so that you can give us feedback that is helpful. I will make note of that. Thank you.
Right, do you have anything more to add, or are you good?
Did we want to add this into something in the 6-point someplace?
Yeah, so what I wanted to do with that is that we will take a motion to approve this, and then we'll amend that motion to add in something for that. So that was my plan.
Good.
But do you have anything else on
No,
before we
that's-
go? I just wanted to echo the other commissioners on budget, is that was going to be one of my questions, was it explain the citywide operating expenditures and stuff, but it didn't actually say what, or anything more specific. So just as an echo, I think that's gives a majority to that. I also did have a question on the where it said all the items have been completed by the commission. So there was a review and provide feedback on the non-functional turf reduction on city property related to AB 1572. I actually don't remember that coming up in the commission or an update, or maybe it did, but so
Oh.
that says it's complete. So I don't know if it ever came up, did it? And
Is
what's
that
in?
the study where they showed us a lot of the different areas that were like grass and stuff that really weren't being used, and there was no need to really irrigate and try to use some of the type of covering for it, so that was discussed.
That was discussed, maybe it was discussed in
Yeah,
July?
we did prepare.
It was on a consent calendar.
Yeah.
There was some discussion, but it was done through emails prior to the meeting.
Okay.
We
And so
prepared what was called, what did we, it wasn't a non-functional, it was a anyways, we performed a study of non-functional and recreational turf areas to see what we needed to convert per AB 1572 and what we maybe wanted to convert because it would save us water. And we've identified those areas there in the study, and we're actually working on that project right now. If you'd like, we could bring back what our plans are to the Parks and Rec Commission as far as what areas we are trying to convert with the money we have, which is essentially $1 million.
That would be interesting, just doesn't have to be a long presentation, but I'd be interested in what happened, so thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
I would suggest also that even just emailing it to us, I had no problem just getting it in email, and
yeah, if there's,
again, that's just my opinion.
that's fine too, email's fine too. Okay, all right, then if there's no more questions, then we'll go ahead, I'll take a motion to adopt the work plan for fiscal year 2025, 2026 to 2027. Came out bad. Anybody want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll motion to go ahead and approve as presented by staff the 6 items for review during the year.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All right, and then I will take an amendment. I wrote what I think could be a good amendment, is just adding in, analyze of the trail resurfacing and would give the, bikes, pedestrian, BPTC and commission an opportunity to provide input on the trails. So basically just adding in their name in there.
Yep.
Okay, do we have I can't necessarily make a motion, so who would?
I
someone
would
like
make
to
a
just-
motion to add that as an amendment to the previous motion.
Perfect.
To include the addition of the BPTC committee's input and recommendations.
Great, and do we have a second? Second, okay. And then we just need to vote on the motion, so all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I hear no opposed. Okay, then, so now we're voting on the amended motion, so, which includes those words and the work that you see here. So is there any other comments before we vote on that?
Just that the 4 ongoing annual items will also be included in.
Oh, yes, yes, the ongoing, the 4 annual items, so it'll be 10 essentially items altogether as written here.
Correct.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion, or we already have a motion? We'll go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all those opposed? Sounds good, okay. All right, then let's move on to the next one, which is item 5. And that would be the deciding on committee assignments. So on page 2, we have the different committees that are there. And so we need some volunteers here to be representative and alternates on here. Should we just start with the,
Are we looking to replace the ones that are currently here, or?
yes, what we've done every year is we don't assume that the people want to, that want to stay, that we would say, hey, who's interested in doing that? And if the same person who was doing it says, I'd like to continue, then we let them continue. We've not normally fought over committees, but there's always a first for that. So, so we can start with the bicycle. Why don't I know what the P stands for?
Pedestrian.
Pedestrian, thank you. Bicycle Pedestrian Trail Committee.
Yes.
All right.
You got it.
Woo. Does anybody want to be the representative for that?
But do you get right of first refusal?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I hear you'd like to move to a different committee.
I would.
Okay.
I love trees.
Okay, all right. Let's start this way. Does anybody have a committee they want to do?
I'd like to be on Heritage Tree or be an alternate.
Okay, all right. Does anybody else have?
This is kind of the opposite, but since I'm going to be moving away to college next year, I don't think that I should take up this opportunity
Uh,
for any of them.
Okay,
So,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Got a good excuse.
Okay. How about down at this side? Is there any committees that?
Yeah, I'd do the heritage trees and the public art, for sure.
Okay. Well, the public art, I'm happy to step down and Commissioner Hall was interested in the heritage trees, but we do need alternates. How about,
I'll do bikes.
you'll do bikes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All righty.
What is the co-sponsored group? What is that?
I can share with that,
sports.
Chair, if you'd like. I can share a little bit more.
Yes, please.
So we have several youth sport groups that are considered co-sponsored: soccer, baseball, football, lacrosse, and cricket. And they meet quarterly to discuss, usually around field allocations and how much space they need, and if there's any problems, if anything's come up. And we send a representative from this commission so that you can hear their concerns and report back to this commission if there's anything going on with lack of space or field maintenance or things like that. We also have or library and rec staff who attend, as well as Giacomo sends park staff to those meetings. They're on Mondays, quarterly, about an hour, hour and a half, and then that person will come back and report out to this body any information they need to share. But all around youth sports.
I'm willing to do that unless somebody else is wanting to do that. That's like
Is Chuck on that committee now?
he is. He's done it for a while, so
Okay.
I was going to leave him as an alternate on the
Okay.
bike and peds, and we could switch if he really, and
I was going to offer to be an alternate on that one also.
okay. Well, I can put you down for that. I'm sure Chuck has done. He is on his second term as commissioner, so he's been doing it a while. So I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Okay.
That's as an alternate.
Yes, I'll take it as and I put you as the pass, as being a representative? Does that sound good for pass?
The public art.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Sorry, I'm still trying to get mine.
No, I get it.
Yeah, yeah,
I saw
yeah.
that look of what's passed. I gotcha.
Pass, pass. You're not passing on the commission.
So is that something like if you're out of town, that you would call me and say?
Yes, so for the co-sponsor,
Yeah.
but for the art, I'll put you as the
fine,
representative.
that's fine.
And then I can stay as
Because
the.
with this co-sponsored thing, I wouldn't even mind going with you to one of them, just
Yeah,
to
please.
get a sense of
I
what
think
it
we
is.
both get an invitation, don't we?
You do.
We
yes.
would
Yeah,
both get
I'd
an
just be
invitation.
curious in
so.
terms of just trying to understand more about how this stuff
I
is
was
run.
president of oh my goodness, Little League for, so I attended those. They can be very,
Enlightening.
fun, yeah. Okay, all right, so the only thing, for heritage trees, so we have,
So I offer to do that also.
do you want to be the alternate for,
No, I'll do the representative.
well, Hall said she'd be the representative.
Oh, fine.
Is that fine? Yep, okay. Okay, so I think we've got it.
You've got one for.
I
at
wasn't trying to
least
push you
each.
out, Joanne.
No, what?
You've got one for each, and then two for. So I have Tom for BPTC, Joanne and Rick for Heritage Tree, Rick for Public Art, and Lisa and Rick for co-sponsor.
Yeah, and I was gonna leave Chuck as the alternate for
For BPTC?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
so that should leave us full, right?
Yes.
Could we get a vote for a motion for each committee and a vote?
That sounds good. So, all right, so then for, BPTC, the motion, I'm just gonna do it by acclamation and not do it by first and second because we've already agreed. Is that okay? Okay, so for BPTC, I have Commissioner Mendina and Commissioner, as the representative, as an alternate, I have, Commissioner Deckart. Does anybody, disagree with that? That's what I'm trying. All right.
Agreed.
Perfect. Then we have the Heritage Tree Board of Appeals. So for representative, we have Hall, and for alternate, Commissioner Shemp. You have to correct me if I.
You're
if
getting
I do.
better every time.
I'm really trying. It just takes me it takes me
You'll
a
be a
moment.
pro before the end of the evening.
Maybe, because I gotta say it 2 more times, right? Okay, then for the, the committee for pass, which is, should I get the actual name? Which is the Public Art Selection Subcommittee. I have representative is Shemp, and alternative is Brown. Alternative. I think I need to go to sleep. I'm really failing on my words today. If anybody at home is having a good laugh, I'm glad. Okay, so alternate is Brown. And then next we have the co-sponsor, we didn't take is there anybody objects? Any objections to anything that I'm saying?
Agreed.
Okay, perfect. Then last but not least on our motion is the co-sponsored user group. Representative would be Brown, alternate would be Shemp. Commissioner Shemp. Okay. How are we feeling about that?
Agreed.
Good?
Agreed.
All right. Whew. Now, next, we have, this should be hopefully an easy one. So we have our calendar for next year.
Hold on.
Can we have a motion and a second for the list? It's a motion and a second for the
Oh, you want
list.
to put person, you
You need a name for who made the
Yes,
first and who made the
yes,
second.
Yes.
on all of them?
I can do, if we all agree, if you all agree, it can be one for all.
Okay,
But let's have a motion on the list that you
okay.
listed.
Does anybody,
Can I make a motion?
you want the, yes, we'll give it to Commissioner Alfaro because she does, her name
Well,
isn't
if
on
she's going to
anything.
college, she needs to do something.
That's
I've
right.
been too quiet so far. I need to say something.
You need to write.
So I make a motion to approve all of the alternates and all of the new slots for the committees for next year. Is that fine?
That's perfect.
Okay.
I'll just put her name,
So-
and then who would love, and
A
then
second.
so we got a second, and then you could just go down the line and put
Thank you.
people's.
Yes, thank you. I will do that.
Okay. Okay, we'll do this one a little more efficiently over here at this next one, not to drive
So
you
Lisa,
insane.
one question before we go on to the calendar for next year. There was something that was in an email that said something about having to have a meeting in December.
Yes.
Is that,
Yes. I believe, Anya, it's around the cemetery. Is that what it is?
That's correct. Cemetery fees. It's our goal.
Yes.
I didn't see an email.
So when we sent an email on it about needing a December 11th meeting, or did we just add it to the staff report?
So we added this to the staff report in the,
Right. So
we are
I do
asking-
believe originally there was a thought that there would not be a December meeting. However, because the timing of this information around the cemetery budget has come up and we would like to get it in front of you before next year, Heidi has asked that we add back the December 11th special meeting.
it's actually in this Parks and Recreation Commission Agenda Report, item 6.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah.
It
It's listed
states
here.
December
It's listed here.
11th special meeting.
Right. I didn't know if there had been previous communication from Heidi or us as staff to you about adding that meeting, but you are correct. It is in the staff report for just adding December 11th. So your calendar dates are potentially what was discussed before with the addition of December 11th
Right.
now.
So the question is it's special meeting, do we need to vote on that separately?
No, because it's in this item and it's been included. If for
Okay.
some reason it wasn't, then it would be a separate vote. But no, you're just going to vote this entire calendar.
Okay.
Unless you want to make changes to what's listed here on these dates.
It just said special meeting must be called by the chairperson or majority of the commissioners, so then that's why I wasn't sure if we
Got
need to
it.
do something separate. Okay.
Got it.
And just for my own edification, are we getting information about the cemetery prior to this meeting?
So it'll definitely be in the staff report prior to the December 11th meeting. I don't know if there'll be any additional information sent before that, but yes, there'll be a full staff report on what you need to review and vote for. So, sent at our typical timeline, which is usually the Friday before the meeting.
and this meeting can be on Zoom.
Yes, thank you, Anya. I forgot that. You won't need to come in for that meeting. We can handle all of that on Zoom because it's the holidays. And if we understand there might be travel and it's a special meeting added at the last minute, we have permission to do that on Zoom if that's the preference for this commission. If you prefer to come in, we can do that too. I don't think you need to make a decision about it tonight, just in case you need to think
Well, if I
about it or
understand, you
check
can do
calendars.
both. You can do one or the other, right?
I'm sorry?
You can do one or the other, correct?
We all have to do one or the other.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was
Yes.
asking. Okay.
Yes. Right, Anya? If they're going to be on Zoom, they all have to be on Zoom.
Yes, that's
Yes.
correct.
So think about it as we get closer to the meeting. I'm assuming that Heidi and Anya will send out information if we're going to go on Zoom and that's your preference, or if we're going to go in
Right.
person.
Cool, okay. So dates here, we have, the dates already defined. Do I have a motion to, approve these dates?
I make a motion to approve the calendar for Parks and Recreations beginning January 1st of 2026 to include the dates that are in the staff agenda report.
Second.
Is there any discussion or any amendments or anything that needed? All right, let's move to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. All right, motion passes. All right, so then we have the last one, which is, we need to pick a chairperson and a vice chairperson. Currently, Ramesh is the chairperson, I am the vice chair. Does anybody want to be the chairperson or nominate themselves for chair or vice chair? We can start with either one first.
I would withhold my nomination just because I'm one of the new kids on the block and prefer to try to get some more understanding of the different responsibilities and be able to speak intuitively at meetings like this.
And I'm with Rick.
I mean, I can nominate myself to be the chair.
You can.
I do
I
in,
would be vice chair. I could be vice chair. That means I have to pinch hit for you if you're gone, right?
yes.
Okay.
But we'll be here to support you, Joanne.
That means a lot.
Okay, so we can, do you want them separate motions or can we do them
Yes,
together?
please.
Okay.
Separate mo-
So the first motion would be for someone to make a
I'd like to
motion.
nominate Lisa Brown as the chairperson for, is it 2026 or is it
Basically 2026,
Yes,
yeah.
calendar year 2026.
second?
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all those opposed? Okay. And then vice chair motion?
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Joanne Hall as the vice chairman for Parks and Rec for the calendar year January 2026.
And I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, motion passes. All right.
I will note, Chair, apologies, you don't have to amend anything, but because we have a special meeting in December,
Yeah.
you will take seat in December, if you're here. If not, Vice Chair will take seat. Because we added the December
not-
meeting, so you are effectively Chair and Vice Chair starting at that
Not
meeting.
to worry, I'm going to be here. so. Okay.
But it could be on Zoom, so you can be anywhere.
That's true, that's true.
So I have a question in terms of going into the calendar year. Are there any, because how long are the terms for people on this commission?
You serve one 4-year term at a time,
Okay,
so
so is there anybody that is terming out in 2026?
Chuck is, I believe, right, Anya? Just Chuck? Yeah.
Okay.
They do, there are terms at different times, so it's a great question. Anya has that information, she'll be able to pull that
Well,
up.
it's not mission critical, but I just thought in terms of the calendar, in terms of what
Sure.
to be aware of.
And then Commissioner Alfaro will be
Yes.
graduating.
And then going to college.
Yes. And so that will term her out just because.
Commissioner Eckert and Commissioner Alfaro in April of 26.
So I won't be attending, I don't know if it's on, so I won't be attending meetings after April. Is that
That's
what you're
correct,
saying?
yes.
Okay,
Your
so
term
term out in
ends
April.
April
Okay.
30th, yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's please get through the rest of these. Do we have any commissioner reports? First, we'll start with the Bicycle, Pedestrian, and Trail Committee.
I do have a report.
Perfect.
At the last meeting. As was discussed, there was concern about them not being included in the trails budgeting and planning. They discussed, the West Las Positas project. There was a delay because Caltrans stepped in. They revised the plan to early summer 2026. Phase 1 is Hop Yard to Stone Ridge. Phase 2 is Santa Rita to Stone Ridge, and there apparently is no money for that. I don't know how that's overcrossings. An RFP went out in mid-October for a final design of an overcrossing. And, looks like in December, they're expecting a proposal to the city council for approval of the design and the Caltrans review process. So that must be for some type of pedestrian or bike overcrossing over 580. Yeah. I don't- And then the Bike Ped Master Plan update just recently started outreach. On November 6th, they had a meeting with the PUSD Parent Communication Council, and tonight they're
Joanne?
having an in-person.
Joanne, excuse me for a second.
Oh, shoot. There you go. Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting.
And then tonight they're having an in-person community outreach meeting at the library, I guess.
Right now, yes.
Yep, as we speak. And then the last thing, the Calippe Preserve Trail renovation update, they said that they accepted trail renovations August 19th, 25. Construction occurred in February, expected to be finalized in May. So, and then that was it. It was a long meeting.
Excellent, thank you. Anything for the Heritage Tree Review Board? I think that was Chuck, yeah, Commissioner Deckard. For the Public Art Selection Subcommittee, there was no meeting, and I know there was a joint meeting in July, but there's been nothing since. And the co-sponsored user group was from Commissioner Deckard, and so he's not here. All right. Any matters initiated, so, or future agenda items that you'd like to bring up? I think we've already given a list during our discussion, but is there anything else that was not talked about? Okay. Well, I will take a motion to adjourn
Second?
first.
Oh,
I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Second. You're just like going right to the end. Does any objections? Okie dokie. Meeting adjourned.